Welcome, everyone. Today, we are going to talk about one of the biggest secrets of English fluency: how to think in English and speak in English. This topic is very important because many learners have the same hidden problem. They know some English words, they know some grammar, they understand English a little, but when it is time to speak, they become slow. Why? Because their brain is doing too much work. First, they think in their own language. Then, they translate into English. Then, they try to speak. This process is slow, stressful, and tiring. That is why so many learners say, "I know English, but I can't speak fast. I understand, but I freeze. I have ideas, but I can't express them." The real problem is not always vocabulary. The real problem is translation habit. And if you want fluency, you must slowly break that habit. You must train your brain to think directly in English. This is where real speaking begins, because fluent people do not build every sentence through translation. They think, feel, and respond more naturally in English. Now listen carefully. This does not happen in one day. It does not happen by magic. It happens through small daily training. And the good news is this: you can start doing it today. You do not need a perfect accent. You do not need a teacher beside you all day. You do not need to know every grammar rule. You only need the right method and daily practice. So in this video, I will show you how to train your brain step by step. Very simple, very practical, very powerful. If you truly understand and apply these tips, your English will start changing from the inside. And when your thinking changes, your speaking changes. And if you want to improve your English with powerful and practical lessons like this, make sure to subscribe to this channel and keep learning with us. Tip 1. Start with small thoughts, not big sentences. This is the first mistake many learners make. They try to think in English using long, difficult, perfect sentences. That is too hard in the beginning. And when it feels too hard, they give up. So here is the right way. Start small. Very small. Tiny thoughts, simple thoughts, daily life thoughts. For example, when you wake up in the morning, think, "I am awake. I feel sleepy. I need water. I should get up now." These are not big sentences, but they are powerful. Why? Because they train your brain to begin operating in English. Think about a child learning to walk. A child does not run on the first day. First, the child stands, then takes one step, then 2 steps, then slowly becomes stronger. Thinking in English works exactly the same way. Do not force your brain to become advanced too fast. Train it gently, step by step. Why small thoughts matter so much. Your brain learns through repetition. If you repeat small English thoughts every day, your brain starts recognizing English as a normal thinking language, and that is the goal. You want English to feel normal, not heavy, not scary, not unnatural. The more natural English feels in your mind, the easier it becomes to speak. For example, when you are brushing your teeth, think, "I am brushing my teeth. The water is cold. I need to hurry." When you are getting dressed, think, "This shirt looks nice. I need clean shoes. I am getting ready." This may look simple, but simple does not mean weak. Simple daily thoughts are the foundation of fluency, because fluency is not built only through difficult vocabulary. It is built through fast and natural thinking. And natural thinking begins with simple, repeated thoughts. What most learners do wrong. Most learners wait for perfect English before they start thinking in English. That is a mistake. Do not wait. Even broken English thinking is better than no English thinking. For example, Maybe at first you think, me tired, need food, go outside now. That is okay in the beginning, because your brain is practicing movement. Later, your thoughts will become better naturally. I am tired. I need to eat something. I should go outside now. Improvement comes through use, not through waiting. A powerful daily exercise. Here is something you can do from today. Choose 3 moments every day: morning, afternoon, night. For 2 minutes in each moment, force yourself to think only in English. No translation, only simple English thoughts. That means only 6 minutes per day. But if you do this daily, your brain will slowly change. And after some days, you will notice something surprising. English thoughts start coming automatically. That is a huge sign of progress. That means your brain is beginning to build a new path. And once that path becomes stronger, speaking becomes smoother. A real example. Imagine 2 learners. Learner A studies English only from books. Learner B studies English and also thinks in English during daily life. After some months, who will speak faster? Learner B. Why? Because learner B has trained the brain to produce English naturally. This is the hidden difference. Speaking is not only about what you know, it is also about how fast your brain can produce it. And small English thoughts increase that speed. The deep lesson. So remember this: do not start with perfect English. Start with present English. Use what you already know. Build from there. A small thought repeated daily becomes a strong mental habit. And strong mental habits create fluency. Tip 2. Describe what you see around you. This tip is one of the strongest methods to train your brain. And the best part is this: you can do it anywhere. At home, on the road, in your room, in the kitchen, outside. Wherever you are, there is always something around you. And everything around you can become English practice. This is called description thinking. It means you look at the world and describe it in English inside your mind, or out loud if possible. For example, if you are sitting in your room, think, there is a table in front of me. My phone is on the bed. The room is quiet. The fan is moving slowly. The wall is white. Very simple, but very powerful. Why? Because now you are connecting English to real life. You are not memorizing random sentences from a book. You are using English to talk about reality. And that is exactly what fluent speakers do. They use English to interact with life. Why this method works so well? When you describe what you see, your brain learns 3 important things. First, it learns vocabulary and context. Second, it learns sentence structure naturally. Third, it learns speed of thought. For example, if you see a cup and think, this is a blue cup, that sentence becomes connected to a real object. Now English is no longer abstract. It becomes real. And when language becomes real, memory becomes stronger. That is why this method is so effective. Start with easy descriptions. Do not try to sound advanced. Just say what you see. For example, the sky is cloudy. There are many cars on the road. This food smells good. My bag is heavy. The shop is crowded. These are normal life sentences, and normal life sentences are the true language of fluency. Many learners know difficult words but cannot describe simple life. That is a problem, because real speaking happens in ordinary moments. So train your English in ordinary moments. A perfect example. Let's say you are in the kitchen. You can think like this: I am in the kitchen. There is a glass on the table. The water is cold. I need a spoon. The food is almost ready. Now imagine doing this every day in different places. Your room, bathroom, street, bus, market. What happens? Your brain starts becoming active in English all day. That is exactly what we want. Because if English only lives in your study time, your progress will be slow. But if English enters your daily life, your progress becomes faster. Make it a game. Here's a fun method. Every day, choose one place and describe 10 things in English. For example, in your room, describe 10 things. In the market, describe 10 things. On the street, describe 10 things. You can even challenge yourself. Can I describe this room using only English? Can I explain what I see without translating? This turns learning into active training. And active training changes the brain much faster than passive learning. What if you don't know the word? This is a very important question. Suppose you see something, but you do not know the English word. What should you do? Do not stop completely. Use another way. For example, if you do not know the word curtain, you can say, the cloth on the window. That is still English thinking. That is still progress. Later you can learn the exact word. But the habit of describing must continue. Never let one missing word stop your thinking flow. Fluency grows when you keep moving, not when you stop at every mistake. The deep lesson. This method teaches something bigger than vocabulary. It teaches your brain to stay awake in English. And when your brain becomes awake in English, speaking starts becoming easier. Because now English is no longer only in books. It is in your eyes, in your surroundings, in your daily life. That is when language starts becoming part of you. Tip 3. Talk to yourself in English every day. This may sound strange at first, but it is one of the most powerful speaking exercises in the world. Talk to yourself in English. Yes, you heard that correctly. Many people believe they can only practice speaking when another person is present. They think they need a teacher, a friend, or a conversation partner. But the truth is this: the most available speaking partner in your life is yourself. You are always with yourself. You can practice anytime. Morning, night, walking, cooking, traveling. This method is called self-conversation. It means you speak to yourself in English about your thoughts, plans, and actions. For example, imagine you are preparing for your day. You can say, "Today I have many things to do. I need to finish my work. Later I want to study English. I should go to the gym today." These are natural thoughts. Now, instead of thinking them silently in your native language, you express them in English. At first, you may feel slow. You may pause. You may make mistakes. That is completely normal. Remember something important. Fluency is not built by waiting until you are perfect. Fluency is built by using imperfect English again and again until it becomes smoother. Think about athletes. A football player does not become great by watching football. A football player becomes great by playing again and again. Language works the same way. Speaking improves through speaking practice, not through silent thinking. A powerful daily habit. Every day, give yourself 5 minutes of English self-talk. Choose a quiet place. Maybe your room. Maybe while walking. Maybe while driving. Then simply speak. Talk about your day. Talk about what you are doing. Talk about what you feel. For example, right now I am walking to the store. The weather is nice today. I need to buy some food. I think I will cook something simple. You do not need complicated grammar. Simple English is enough. The goal is flow. The more you speak, the more your brain learns how to connect ideas quickly. And after some weeks of practice, something surprising happens. Your brain starts producing English faster, because now it is used to expressing thoughts in English. Why this method is so powerful. Most learners spend years studying English, but very little time actually speaking it. Their brain becomes good at understanding, but not good at producing. Self-conversation fixes this problem. It forces your brain to produce language. And production is the key to fluency. Think of it like a muscle. If you never use the muscle, it becomes weak. If you train the muscle regularly, it becomes stronger. Your speaking ability works the same way. Every time you talk to yourself in English, you are training your speaking muscle. And that muscle becomes stronger day by day. Tip 4. Ask and answer your own questions. This method is extremely powerful because it trains your brain to think quickly in English. When we have real conversations, people ask questions, and we must respond. But many learners panic when someone asks them a question in English. Why? Because their brain is not used to responding quickly. So we can train this ability before real conversations happen. The method is simple. You ask yourself questions in English, then you answer them in English. Let's look at some examples. You can ask yourself, what did I do today? Why am I learning English? What is my biggest goal this year? What kind of job do I want? What makes me happy? Then answer the question. For example, what did I do today? Answer. Today I worked in the morning. After that, I studied English for 1 hour. In the evening, I watched a documentary. Now your brain is practicing question and answer thinking. This is exactly how real conversations work. Someone asks, you respond. Someone asks again, you respond again. So by practicing this alone, you prepare yourself for real conversations. Start with simple questions. Do not start with very deep questions. Start with easy daily ones. For example, what time did I wake up? What did I eat today? What am I planning for tomorrow? What movie do I like? What is my favorite food? Then answer in full sentences. Example, my favorite food is pizza because I like cheese and bread. Even simple answers build fluency because they train the brain to build sentences faster. Turn it into a daily exercise. You can make this a daily routine. Every day, ask yourself 5 questions in English. Answer them out loud. This exercise can take only 5 minutes. But the benefits are huge, because you are training 3 important things at the same time. Thinking in English, speaking in English, responding quickly in English. That combination builds real communication ability. A powerful example. Imagine 2 learners. Learner A studies grammar every day but never practices answering questions. Learner B studies a little grammar but also practices answering questions daily. After 6 months, who will feel more confident speaking? Usually learner B. Because communication is not only knowledge, communication is reaction speed. Your brain must learn how to respond quickly. And question-answer practice trains exactly that skill. Your brain becomes better at what it practices. If you practice silence, you become good at silence. If you practice speaking, you become good at speaking. So ask yourself questions. Answer them. Challenge your brain. Let English become part of your daily thinking process. And little by little, your confidence will grow. Tip 5. Record yourself speaking. Many learners avoid this because they feel shy or uncomfortable hearing their own voice. But this method is extremely powerful because it helps you see your real progress. When you speak normally, Your brain focuses only on producing words. You do not notice your mistakes, your pronunciation, or your speaking speed. But when you record yourself and listen later, you suddenly notice many things. You notice where you pause too much. You notice where your pronunciation is not clear. You notice where your sentences are not complete. This awareness is very valuable. Think about athletes again. A professional athlete often watches recordings of their own performance. A football player watches their match again. A runner watches their running technique. Why? Because when they watch themselves, they understand what they must improve. Language works the same way. Recording yourself allows you to observe your speaking. How to practice this method. You do not need expensive equipment. Your phone is enough. Choose a simple topic. For example, my daily routine, my favorite movie, my plans for the future, why I want to learn English. Then speak for 2 or 3 minutes and record your voice. Do not worry about mistakes. Just speak. After that, listen to your recording carefully. Ask yourself some questions. Did I speak clearly? Did I pause too much? Did my sentences make sense? Was my pronunciation understandable? This process helps you become your own teacher. A powerful benefit. When you record yourself regularly, you will also notice something amazing over time. Your improvement becomes visible. If you record yourself today and then record again after 1 month of practice, you will hear the difference. Your speaking will be smoother. Your confidence will increase. Your ideas will come faster. This creates motivation because you can actually hear your progress. So do not fear your voice. Your voice is the tool that will build your fluency. Tip 6. Think in English during everyday activities. Many learners study English only during study time. Maybe 30 minutes a day, maybe 1 hour. But after that, they return completely to their native language. That means English disappears from their mind for the rest of the day. This slows progress. The goal is to let English live in your daily life, not only in your study time. Everyday activities are perfect opportunities to think in English. For example, when you are cooking, think, I need to cut these vegetables. The food smells good. I should add more salt. When you are walking outside, think, the street is busy. The weather is nice today. There are many people in the market. When you are cleaning your room, think, I need to organize this table. This room looks messy. I will finish this quickly. These simple thoughts create constant practice. Your brain becomes familiar with English because it uses it again and again throughout the day. Why this is so powerful. Fluent speakers do not only study English, they live in English. Their brain is comfortable using English for normal thoughts. By practicing during daily activities, you train your brain to do the same. English stops feeling like a foreign subject. It becomes a tool for thinking. And when English becomes a thinking tool, speaking becomes easier because the words are already active in your mind. A powerful habit. Choose 3 daily activities where you will think only in English. For example, while brushing your teeth, while walking, while cooking. During those moments, do not allow translation. Force your brain to use English. At first, it may feel difficult, but after some days, your brain becomes faster, and slowly English becomes more natural in your mind. Tip 7. Turn everyday life into speaking practice. This final tip combines everything we learned. The biggest mistake learners make is separating English from their life. They treat English like a school subject. But real fluency happens when English becomes part of your daily experiences. Everything around you can become English practice. Your day is full of opportunities. For example, when you wake up, explain your plans in English. Today I will finish my work and then study English. When you watch something, explain it in English. This video is interesting. It talks about success and mindset. When you read something, summarize it in English. This article says that discipline is more important than motivation. When something interesting happens, explain it in English. Today, I met an old friend in the market. We talked for a few minutes. This habit trains your brain to express ideas quickly. And expression is the heart of communication, the real secret of fluency. Many people believe fluency comes from memorizing thousands of words. Vocabulary is important, but it is not the whole story. Fluency comes from using language constantly. The more situations where you use English, the more natural it becomes. Language grows through use, not through silence. Imagine this situation. Imagine two learners again. Learner A studies English from books but rarely speaks. Learner B studies English and also talks about daily life in English every day. After 6 months, who will speak more naturally? Almost always learner B. Why? Because they turned their life into practice. And that is the real secret. Your life is the best classroom. Your thoughts are your daily teacher. Your voice is your training tool. If you combine these three, your English will grow much faster. So now we have the full system. These tips are powerful because they train your brain every single day. Fluency is not built in one big moment. It is built in hundreds of small moments of practice. And if you truly apply these habits consistently, your English will not only improve, your brain will slowly start thinking naturally in English. And when your brain thinks in English, speaking becomes easy.